4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, I'm Spirit Medium Laura, your host of this radio show. I've been channeling Spirit for over 30 years and recently was chosen for the 2014 book, 100 Top Psychics in America. Here's how to LOVE love your readings on this radio show. L is for let Spirit lead. O is for only one question or connection per caller. V is for validate all advice with a licensed professional. And E is for enjoy the show. Stay tuned for additional announcements. Hi, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura. I just slipped in by the skin of my teeth today. Pretty busy doing other things at home. I want to welcome everybody. So glad that you could attend. Hopefully we'll bring in some great validations from Spirit today. If I get cut off, as lately we've been having a lot of electrical storms here in Southeast Florida, Susie will be there and hold on this show until I can get back on. So don't get discouraged, although it's kind of stabilized lately, so maybe that won't happen. Today's Wednesday, and today we do mediumship only. So if somebody's here wanting a life reading, that means a message about your own life, please come back on Monday at 7 o'clock as I do another show that's an hour in length. This is all Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. That does include life readings. Today I try to focus in just on the other side, giving our loved ones in spirit a chance to talk to us. It's always an interesting show. And it's 1 hour in length. About 10 to 15 minutes into the show, I will actually start working with you, the callers, to the show. And if you want to get in the queue to receive a reading, you do need to dial a number, or you can come in via Skype from Blog Talk Radio's page for this show, which is Spirit Medium Laura on Blog Talk Radio. The readings number is 347-945-5849. If you want to jump to the top of the reading queue, speaking of readings, you can do so, as I've had a lot of people complain that they never get picked up and I can't get to everybody. So I came up with this idea of donation to help animals. A $5 donation goes in part to help the Humane Foundation animals that way. And all you need to do to jump to the top of the queue, oh, that rhymes, is go to spiritmediumtv.com, and item 1B on that page will allow you to make a donation and you will jump to the top of the queue. There's also a sale for private sessions with me on that page, 1A. You can also watch the show live. Oh, that's kind of interesting. All you get to do is see me, my head bobbing around over here in front of a beautiful screen, neutral backdrop, if you will, and that's at Spirit Medium TV, item number 2 on that page. And item 3 on Spirit Medium TV is to RSVP for the Intuitive Playground, which is a spiritual psychic mediumship development circle every Monday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And once you join that, you do get training material that is recorded as well. You get the presentation, you get video training that's recorded, and you get the live event, as well as joining a Facebook support group, which allows you to find people to work with on your own. Because, psychic work really is 1% theory and 99% doing it, like riding a bicycle. You can explain to somebody how it feels, but you have to get up on the bike at some point and ride. So most of psychic development is doing the work. So if you want to get more intuitive, you want to develop your intuition, also life skills, this September, starting September 8th, I am going to be doing a holistic business class, Build Your Holistic Business, based on your soul's work or dharma, on your purpose for this lifetime. If you want to have more success, get in touch with your soul. Start to align with it. And that class does have business. It adapts a spiritual principle to traditional business building for the solopreneur, sort of like a coach or somebody that's working on their own. So that's September. And then October, I'm going to be doing a soul alignment for mediumship, which is getting that dialogue going with your inner self, your soul, which is integral to being a psychic and a medium, but also integral to success in your own life. The theory being, and I've proven in my own life, is that when you align with your soul, that's when your miracles begin. You want to have the wind in your sails? You want to be more lucky? Do some soul alignment. Get in touch with yourself. Start to follow your hunches, your instincts. That's your 360-degree visionary soul speaking to you. Okay, so that's enough patter about all the wonderful things I have going on. Well, I didn't really finish because this Monday in the Intuitive Playground, I'm having the last class of mediumship. Uh, all of August was mediumship, but every class really is about mediumship because I'm a medium. So keep that in mind. But the August we've been focusing specifically and only on mediumship after you've developed yourself with other psychic abilities. But this Monday, going to be kind of interesting because we're going to focus in on what the other side is like from the mouths of our loved ones in spirit. And I will be focusing in on about maybe 10 questions. For example, what did it feel like to leave your body when you deceased? What was the tunnel of light like? Was it a tunnel of light? I have read a book, and you can read it too. It's a great book called Afterlife Interviews by Jeffrey Marks. That's Afterlife Interviews by Jeffrey Marks. Very brilliant guy. Came up with this idea of making a validated connection with a soul and spirit and then interviewing them about the transition process. And one little tidbit I'd like to relay to you is that the tunnel of light could be different for everyone. It's not always the same. Some souls need a more gentle kind of transition where they go into a mist. And then when the mist clears, they're in the spirit world. So it's kind of interesting, that book. You might want to pick it up. Or you might want to attend the class, but it is for mediumship. So people that are in there will actually be doing that kind of mediumship. And they've been developed already for, actually the last 3 months or so I've been working with these people. And they're getting pretty darn good because one of the students actually brought in a relative of mine with such validation that I started to cry. It's kind of amazing how we can go from nothing to something, how we can develop a medium. It's really quite fascinating, and for me, I absolutely love doing that. So if you're interested in that class, go to spiritmediumtv.com, and item number 3 on that page is the Intuitive Playground link. If you have time and you're so inclined, if you've ever received a reading from me that you like, you can go to famouspsychicmediums.com. I've been nominated for that website. You might want to review me there. Famouspsychicmediums.com. Just look for my name, Spirit Medium Laura, and if you could put a nice word in for me there, that would be great. I got a couple of them. There's some famous mediums there and some not so famous mediums, but I'm not saying I'm famous because I'm there, but it's nice to have been asked to be there. I'm going to, our little inspiration today is twofold. The first is I'm going to talk a little bit about mediumship and the process, and the second thing, which I'm going to do first, is an inspiration from this book, which is called Messiah's Handbook by Richard Bach. I was given this for my birthday by a dear friend who knows I do spiritual counseling. So here I opened it randomly to a page which I assume is a great message for the listeners today, as there are no accidents, right? And I think it is a good message for today. No heavens, no hells, just these endless worlds you create till you think you've got it right. That is very profound, I feel. And I do definitely believe in that because really our experience is a projection of our thinking, as you probably have heard by either simplistic or more complex communiques on this subject. Simplistically, The Secret. More sophisticatedly, perhaps, Seth Speaks, which is a book that was written in the 80s, a channel book. I don't remember the author right now. Jane Roberts. Jane Roberts, Seth Speaks. Great book. Matter of fact, I discovered in there that my guide was coming in the same way that Seth came in for Jane Roberts when I first started orally channeling my primary guide, whose name is Ola, and on Earth, one of his incarnations, he was Saint Ignatius Loyola, and actually was a metaphysician, which is part of my charter on this planet. This go around is to bring in ascension material for people to evolve, as I'm evolving. I'm trying to evolve. I'm not perfect. I'm just the mouthpiece. So when we finally realize that we've got it right, And that usually, the symptom of knowing that you've got it right is that you move from suffering to acceptance. You get out of the karmic wheel of fighting everything. You learn how to let go, finally, and let God. And in every particular instance, you become an ascended person or an ascended soul. And in an ascended state, you're no longer fighting with everything. You are accepting, and you find bliss and joy in the now. So that's a very profound one. I really like it. I'm glad that I was able to say it to you. I'm going to say it one more time because it's such a good one. Oh, good. I did save the page. No heavens, no hells, just these endless worlds you create till you think you've got it right. And that pretty much means when you start seeing lemonade from all your lemons, you've got it right. You think you've got it right. You make it right. So change your thinking, change your life is really the message there. And you will you will realize your own infinite self when you can do so. Okay, so we've got 2 donations. Oh, I promised I was going to give you an insight on mediumship as well, and it's only 11 minutes after the hour, so I do have a chance to do that. I think what I'm going to do is there's so many things I can always talk about, but I think what I want to talk about, since this is the radio show, is last Wednesday. I had next to the last caller came in, and it was weird because everybody else's connections were fantastic, and with her it was like, I don't know. Everything I said, I don't know. Every now and then you get somebody like that. It's like you just can't sort of frame them, you know. So finally, after I gave her a lot of evidence that she agreed was correct, she finally says, well, I just want to know this one special thing. Then I'll know it's that soul. And I'm like, my jaw dropped. I was like, huh? It doesn't work like that, folks. It's nice if the soul brings it in, and I do ask for that. Before I begin my mediumship, I'd ask for that in a prayer. But it's not like going to McDonald's to order a hamburger. Spirit is going to give you what they want to give you. They are in control. Any medium will tell you that. And it's the medium's job to get in sync with those messages. If the sitter, that's the one receiving the messages, is resistant or keeps giving us all a hard time by saying, no, I don't get it, I don't understand, then the whole process shuts down. So again, I would want to remind everyone to just be open-minded. If you don't understand something or it doesn't make sense, of course, just say so. But don't ask me to bring in something specific you're waiting for. If it happens, it's fantastic, but it doesn't work this way. Okay, I think I'm going to bring in Susie for a moment just to say hello, and if she has any announcements. Susie, love, do you have any announcements? Hello.
No.
I know you don't want me to bring in a connection for you today, and I thank you for that. But you might have some.
Okay.
You might have some.
No, I'm just having a good day, and I thank you for bringing me on.
Oh, you're so cute. Okay, do you want me to mention anything about the training that we're thinking about, or do you want me to leave that till later?
Oh, absolutely. You can do that. Yes.
Okay. Susie and I were discussing an idea, and what we're going to have her do is she is a co-host of another radio show here, Be the Light Now, on Tuesdays, once a month. I think it's once a month, right?
No, every week.
Every week, okay, at 8 o'clock, Be the Light Now. And she does a lot of research on specific subjects, and they're fascinating subjects. And she also has, brings to the world her own unique gifts, her own unique interests. We're all different and unique, and we all have our own specific way of expressing. So she will be creating workshops. They could be 1-session workshops or 4-session workshops on some of the subjects that she has been researching, and we will be inviting people from my connections as well as her own into those workshops. Now, the last thing that you did research for that show, what was it about? I forgot what it was about. It sounded great, though, to me. What?
This week was that we researched the age of Aquarius and how some people believe we are in that now, and according to other calculations, some say that we haven't reached that yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a really, really interesting subject, and
That is interesting. What about the week before? There was something else that you did the week before. Do you remember what it was? Because I don't.
that I believe that we spoke about Orion.
That is fascinating. Yeah, that I find, I mean, it's all interesting, but Orion is very fascinating. And you may have some exercises in the class, maybe to test on that. Just, you may have the profile of somebody that has that DNA in them or what have you. I don't know how you're going to do it, but it should be very interesting. And just to let everybody know why I think Orion is interesting is some of us are starseeds, and then more recently indigos and crystals. I am a starseed. Probably you are as well, Susie, or an indigo. And what that I was doing a reading for a client, and he's saying, I'm an indigo to me, the client, and I'm like, whatever. I'm in my trance, and all of a sudden I hear that he's reptilian and he's from Orion, and I'm like, huh? and then Spirit says, and indigos are a lot of them are from extraterrestrial or hold some starseed DNA in them, particularly reptilian, from Orion. So I went and researched it. It is, and I went and researched it, and then I found that there were people writing about this on the internet. Indeed, there seems to be some validation of that, although, how do we really know? We don't really know, but it's all very fascinating indeed.
Yes, it is. And some people are, a little hesitant to talk about it, but, if more and more people talk about experiences that they have, the more we can come together and realize, hey, this is really happening. Channeling Orion is very interesting too, because he is a very, very strong force that comes through, and he's it's awesome. I have done that before. So channeling Orion is one of my favorite things.
Oh, wonderful. Well, actually, I wasn't even thinking of I wasn't channeling Orion. I was channeling his guides. But Orion is a solar system. In the context of what I'm talking about, I guess is an Orion entity or a group of souls, which is what you're talking about, which is kind of interesting as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my goodness, we have a lot to talk about.
It's his beautiful energy. Yes, he has very wonderful energy.
Wonderful. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to get to the phone lines.
Okay, thank you, darling.
Thank you, love. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to go to Lisa, who made a donation. Thank you, Lisa, for your donation. How are you this afternoon?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm great. I'm great. And so, as you know, today's all mediumship, so we will be focusing in on that. So that's why I have to remind myself not to say, how can I help you, which I say on Monday night when I open the phone line to somebody. I would say, how can I help you, because I could do one of two things. But I do feel that there is a mother figure for you in spirit. So I'm going to give it a little look-see, and then we'll come back to you and see if that's who you want, and also if you understand this person. Let me just see what comes in, love. I have to transition a moment. Lisa.
Okay.
Okay. There is somebody. Okay. This is a little bit older woman, although your mother could be older. You're not giving me a good image, Mom. Okay. I'm getting an image, but I don't feel it's. Okay, it's right now she's giving me a kind of image that is showing her character as a person versus literal, and then sometimes they develop it to say this is how they literally. But I have to work with what they give me first. So what I see is a person that is kind of she's creative. The reason I say that is she's got a hat on her head, but she has it tilted to the side. She's holding something in her arms. It could be a musical instrument, it could be something, but she's like an avant-garde kind of interesting, kind of offbeat kind of personality is what she's showing me. And now I'm going to go a little bit more literal for you, if you will. because they see hair, and they can show at any time in their life. The hair is more in the mid-length category. It's more of a blunt cut that has some wave to it and body to it. And it's in the mid-brown tones to lighter brown, if you will. That would have been her original color unless she dyed her hair. She's slender in build, and she's wearing kind of a dress that has a granny feel to it, but I don't mean that she's an old lady. It just has a granny style to it where it's more like what they wore in the 70s and the 60s. I guess it's the 70s where people had padded shoulders. Padded shoulders, a floral print to a dark background. Now, there's also a sense of her as being friendly to you versus motherly to you. In other words, if she was your mother, or she is your mother, she also was your friend, unless this is a sister to you. But there's a sense of it being filial in nature besides just mothering in nature, definitely female. Do you understand this for anyone that you know, please?
No.
Okay.
My mother's alive, and
and your sister is alive. Okay. Could it be a grandma?
Yeah.
Let me say this.
I got a grandma that passed a long time ago.
Okay. Well, let me just say that I want to tie this up for you, and then we'll move into who you want, since your grandma who passed a long time ago is probably not someone that you want to speak with, but she's here. Probably. I do feel the chest area has some kind of problem in it, as if she had something in the chest area that's bothering her that was part of a health issue that would have created a passing. It feels like she had a debilitation that took her slowly over time, and it was a wasting away similar to cancer or something like that. Do you understand that for grandma, please? Any of your grandmas?
Not for grandma, but my mom's sister.
Oh, well, there's the sister, and there's the motherly energy. Is she in spirit, or is she on earth?
She is in spirit, but she was in sin.
Okay. Well, let's just hold off on the thin. Was she a creative person?
She was my favorite aunt.
Okay. Well,
I don't think she was that creative.
Okay. Well, she's got a happy kind of fun kind of feel to her right now. I just want to say that. And as far as the weight goes, she doesn't look fat. Okay, she doesn't look real thin, but I can't really give you the details of it. There's something in the chest area, okay, that bothered her, and it reminds me of cancer. I'm going to develop. Now I do feel that is your aunt, okay, and I can develop that further. But if you don't want to go in that direction, then we can go in a different direction for you. I don't want to develop someone you're not interested in speaking to.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather go and see if my dad can come through.
Okay. Now, do you have a son?
I have a daughter right now. However, I did have a child that I aborted.
Oh, okay.
I hate to say.
No, that's all right. So that might be the son, okay, because I feel that around you as well. It feels like it would have been male. I don't know if you knew what gender it was going to be, but let that go.
No.
Okay, well, let's let that go, love. Just relax. Let's see if your sister, your aunt, comes in first, and she's got a lot of laugh to her. She's a lively, fun person, a caring heart, and also she shows me wings on her as if she's an angel. That could be the way she thinks of herself. I have to honor that, I have to honor that as I segue over to the other person here, which I'm going to try to bring him in. Now, they don't all want to come in, so let's just see what he wants to do. Okay. Do you want to come in, Dad? Father. Okay, not seeing too much. I just have a slight sense of a figure in front of me, a man. And this particular man does not present as particularly tall. Not short, but not like a real towering over kind of height. He's got a little bit extra weight in the stomach area on him. And there's also a sense of him having lost hair on the top of his head. Do you understand this for anyone you would know, please, or perhaps Dad?
No.
Okay. Well, your father's not coming in very easily. I'm going to give it one more chance, and then we'll see if we can get him. I may have to just develop your aunt for you for today. I don't, if he doesn't want to come in, I can't force him to come in. Let me see what I can do with this. Well, okay, I still see this man in front of me is wearing extra weight. Did your father have a little extra weight on him, please?
No, he didn't.
Okay. Well, there's a man here that has extra weight on him, and he's in your family as well. So I have to say that that's coming in first. He may be an uncle. He may be going with the aunt over there. I don't know who he is, but he's got extra weight on his body, and he also has lost hair on his head. He's got thinning hair on the top of his head. I have to get the souls through. It's like a pipeline. If they're in the pipeline, then the other soul's not going to come through till I bring them through. See, they're in the pipeline. In other words, they're in the way. until I clear them through. I can't get to anybody else. Okay, so now I am seeing somebody else as I laugh at this a little bit.
My uncle did just die. Maybe that was him.
Was he overweight, and did he was he hair challenged on the top of his head?
His hair might have started coming out, but he wasn't overweight. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, just let it go for a little bit, honey. These people are there, and if you don't recognize them, that's fine. You may remember them later. I mean, I have a myriad of people. If somebody told me that they saw them in mediumship, I might not remember who they are. Okay, let me just... Okay, so now I do see a person, a different man, but he's still not developed very clearly. I wish he would just come in. Okay, this man has darker hair. As its original color. And he cares to show me with having hair on his head, not having lost it. There's a wave to the hair, and it's in the darker brown family. He has a longer face, and he's on the taller side. So that means anywhere from 5'10" to 6'1". He's not short. He's slender in build. There's a sense of this man having smoked at some time in his life. There's also a sense of him having an easygoing personality, not a talker, maybe somebody who sort of thinks before he speaks a lot. Okay, and he's also very strong. Maybe when he was younger, he had a lot of muscle to his body because he's showing me Popeye to show me strength, just like that. He's giving me a few different things to show me a few different things. Contemplative sort, didn't speak very much. He always thought before he spoke. Did smoke at one point in his life, on the taller side, slender with dark brown hair. Do you understand this? And also the face is longer. Do you understand this for Dad or anyone you would know, please?
That could be my dad. He used to smoke.
Okay. Usually when they show me smoking, it's for a reason other than just identifying that they smoked. It could have something to do with his failing health or how he transitioned. I don't know yet. He hasn't said that. He just gave me a little look-see at that. Okay, but about the physical appearance, was Dad on the taller side and slender, please?
He was like 6'1".
Oh, okay, so he's on the taller side. Do you have more of a narrow frame versus a bulky frame? Was he more on the slender side versus really heavy? Yes?
Yeah, when he died, he was real thin.
Okay. And was his original hair color dark brown with a wave to it, please?
It was almost like a black or a super dark brown.
Okay, I think I see him here. That's everything I said, pretty much.
He had a lot of gray in it, though.
Well, I said original color. Did you hear me?
Oh.
I know that he lived to a more advanced age, but he cared to show me his original color. The reason is because he knows I'll say it as original color. He knows I won't be confused. So his original color is dark brown to almost black, I guess. I'm not going to distinguish between the two, but very dark. And there's a wave to it. Okay, and he cares to show me the hair when he's still, I don't know if he ever lost it when he got older. All I can say is I see a full head of hair, nice wave to it, good head of hair when he was younger. Okay, when he was younger, he says. He's laughing a little bit. He's kind of good-natured, I have to say that. Now I don't know exactly what's going on with him yet. I'm going to give you a few more pieces of evidence. Now, you're a great example, Lisa, of how I have to be, as a medium, very careful in how I present things. Sometimes I'm saying something and people don't hear it because I'm talking fast. So I'll take my time and try to frame things so you hear it. Okay, there's a problem in breathing for Dad. Okay, he has problems in his lung area. Do you understand lung area and breathing, please, for Dad?
Yes.
Okay, and he shows it to me, by the way, by me not being able to breathe right now. I actually could feel that. He says he had health difficulties for quite a while, actually. One of them was breathing, but there's other things going on. There's cardiovascular. There's just not being able to walk as well as he used to. Not that he was an invalid. He wasn't disabled that he couldn't walk, but I could see that it was hard for him to get around physically like he used to. So he lost a lot of strength as he moves to senior years. Do you understand, please?
Yes.
Okay. He also wants to thank you for your lending a hand. He says that you are very, very helpful. There seems to be, he shows me a bedroom and you cleaning around the space there as if the things need to be mopped up or fixed up or cleaned up, which brings me to another point, which suggests that perhaps he was either, there was messes he would make, and you seem to be there to clean up some of the messes. Do you understand, please?
No.
Okay, were you there?
Nothing like that.
Okay, were you there to help in some way, help out?
No, I just went there right before he died. It's in another state.
Okay. Well, okay, so then there's something about that, maybe he pushed the two together, but there's something about him being in a bed. It looks like he's sick. It could be a hospital setting, and there's him being incontinent or him vomiting or something like that, where he's messing up the room and somebody's cleaning up. So you would probably,
That's not me.
well, it's not you, but was trying to get you to understand that what he's saying is he was sick like that people need to clean up for him. Do you understand that he was perhaps vomiting or incontinent, please?
I didn't know of that.
Okay. Well,
I just know he was in the hospital.
okay, all right. Well, so then he shows me himself in a hospital setting, and somebody's cleaning up, clean the floor, clean this, clean that. He's all I want to say. I thought that you were connected to that, but that's all he's showing me. So he's showing me illness. He's showing me himself hospitalized as evidence. And he wants to say hello and see if I can pull in one or two more things, and then we're going to go to your personal message. So he's just like saying hello. He's so happy that you came in to ask him for him. He wants you to know he's all right now, and the transition was an easy process for him. He says, he says, I didn't let go too easily. Huh? Like as if you would know. There was a little bit of a, shall we say, him fighting the process, coughing up blood, not wanting to go right away. He says, but when he finally did transition, and you probably wouldn't know all these things, but maybe you do. I don't know. I have to give you what I'm getting. He says when he finally did leave the body, he says it was very smooth and it was very easy and very painless. There was no pain at all, but there was a lot. It seems like there was a lot of discomfort that others must have seen or known as he got ready for his transition. So that's what I want to honor for you. Are you aware of that, Lisa? That there seemed to be a lot of discomfort in him fighting the process?
Yeah.
Okay. And in particular, there's sputum and there's blood in the sputum. Okay, he's showing me that, as if he's coughing up blood. Are you aware of that, please?
I am not aware of that.
Okay, but you're aware of coughing, though?
I think he did cough quite a bit.
Okay.
I would have to ask my mom.
Okay, so these are the things he's pulling forth to show you. Coughing, and then when he did cough, he says he coughed up sputum and blood, because there's something in the lungs going on. But he wants to switch now to other subjects. He says, enough of that to me, enough of this disgusting talk, because he wants you to know there was no pain in the actual process of transitioning. Again, I get this sense of a boy. I guess you don't have a son, you have a daughter, you said earlier, but there's a sense of a boy, so maybe it is the soul, or maybe there's a grandson in the family line, maybe not your child. Is there a grandson below him, or do you have a brother? Because there's a sense of a male, probably on Earth, that he keeps showing me.
I have a brother.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's your brother then. He's just trying to show me that. I just want to move to personal message so I can move on to some other callers. Thank you for being patient, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just wants to say hello. He's just so happy that you called him in. He wants everyone to know he's just fine. He's with Mama. I believe that would be his mother, or someone like a mother figure to him. He's with some other family members. There's an aunt, as we already mentioned earlier, and there's other people. There is a male in spirit that feels younger than him. It's not the brother that's alive. There is a male in spirit that is younger than him. So that would mean it's a brother to him that was younger than him, or there's another family member that deceased and is there with him. So I will leave that with you because you're not seeming to recognize that, but it's come up several times during our session today, and I will leave you with that thought. Okay, my dear, I'm going to let you go.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. That was an interesting one. Okay, let me just see if there's any other donations before I just go to the phone lines. There is, and it's Angela. And Angela's at 814. Angela, 814. Angie, okay. Hello, Angie. How are you today, sweetheart?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm good, love. Okay, let's see what we can pull in for you from the other side. I'm going to try to pull in. I'm going to pull in whoever comes in first, and then I'm going to see if that's who you want. If not, I will go for who you want.
Okay.
Okay. There's there's somebody who's not, the usual category. Usually, I get mother figure, father figure. In your case, it's more like a person that's maybe peer to you or younger than you. No, couldn't be much.
That's what I want.
Yeah, it's a boy, a male.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know who it is.
Okay, fine. That's fine. And he's here. He's here to say hello. He's waving at you and saying hi. I guess he's your brother, because he's kind of saying hi, sis. So if he's not literally your brother, a friend. Okay, he says he's saying sis because there's a strong connection. He says actually earlier he said family friend, friend of the family. Or maybe other people in your family knew him as well. He's like close by to where the house was where you lived. There's a few people in your family seem to have known him also. Do you understand that other people in your family knew him as well, please?
Yeah, my mom knew him.
Okay. There's a sense of him being ill. People can die from different things, but this person seems like he had some sort of an illness. Do you understand illness for his passing, please?
Oh, that takes a whole turn on it. That could be my stepbrother, actually.
Oh. Okay, let me just, so you know two different people, okay?
Yeah.
We could, oh boy, okay, we could have both of them here. Okay, let me just be quiet for a moment, because the one that seems to step forward right now, and it's very odd for me to think he would be ill, but he's overweight. There's one here that's overweight. Do you know either of them to be overweight? It's very unusual to see a teenager.
My stepbrother.
Oh, okay, so he wants to step forward too. Okay, he doesn't want to be ignored. You got both of them here. Okay, now your stepbrother's a problem. He's a problem. He's got a problem personality. He says he was always into a lot of mischief and trouble. Do you understand that for your stepbrother, please? It's not easy for people to control in the family. It's always doing things he shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah.
And getting his hands into things he shouldn't have been getting into. And he laughs a little bit now, and he says, hi, sis. Remember I said that before. He says, I'm getting into trouble now because I'm interfering with your session. He says, but I really wanted to say hello to Mom. So please say hello to her for me. He says, I'm feeling much better now. There's something with the blood that's going on. And it feels either he contracted some kind of a...
He was born sick. He had like all kinds of problems.
Yeah, there's a viral infection in him, which is what he shows me right now. Okay, you understand? I think that's the final thing that took its toll.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was another one that had a lot of coughing and all towards the end. There was a lot of congestion in the lungs. He says, I'm feeling so much better now. Sis, Angie, whatever you want to call, whatever he wants to call you today. He says, and he gives you one big hug and a big kiss and says, thank you. I know you really didn't want to hear from me, but thank you for letting me come in. Okay, are you going to step aside, please, bro? Okay, I'm asking him to step aside in a nice, loving way. He says, okay. He's a little bit hangdoggish. He's a little bit just, like, all right. He says, I know my place. He says, but okay, he's very cute. Even though he may have always been in the wrong place at the wrong time or saying the wrong thing with the foot in the mouth all the time. Your stepbrother is cute in that he's taking what we're asking him to do fairly well. Okay. So this other male, I don't want to make him a youngster, but he might have died in his teens or whatever. I don't know what his age is. He's a slenderness to him. Let me just see if I can develop him a little bit further. There also feels like there were lung issues with this young man because I'm having a heaviness to my chest. Do you understand breathing issues for him, please?
If that's what I think it is, no. So it should be someone else.
Okay, not a problem. Let me just continue, love. Well, whatever it was, even if it wasn't breathing issues as the main thing, that if he was in an accident or if he committed suicide or whatever it was, breathing became an issue as the passing occurred. So I have to honor that. Okay?
That could make
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's like I can hardly breathe. There's a hand on my chest. It's like, whew, okay. There were breathing difficulties, he said, before he passed, but it wasn't the main reason for passing. The breathing was, he says, a side product of what I did to myself. What I did to myself.
And I don't know who that is.
Okay. Let's just continue.
I don't know who that is.
No, don't say anything, honey. Just relax. Just see if I can pull him in. Spirit is also using a picture of somebody I knew growing up as perhaps a prototype or what's similar to this young man, of having lighter hair, and he's slender. The hair is on the straighter side. He's kind of good looking, Anglo-Saxon looking, with lighter straight hair. Do you understand that this man had lighter hair, please?
That's not who I'm thinking of then.
Okay.
But that kid has come through a couple times and I can never figure out who it is.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, your friend is there, but he's not stepping forward. It's your brother that wants and had the ability to step forward right now. There's a sense of whoever this is, your friend, something not being right about his passing. And you say you don't understand what that means, okay? But there's a sense of, tragedy. Not being right for a while, him being depressed. So if this is not who you're wanting or you don't know who this is, there's a sense of somebody here that comes in that seems to be taking responsibility for his passing and his depression. He also has lighter hair and coloring. You don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. No, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. We had a confirmation on your brother, so at least we got one soul through, and the other one, the one you want to speak with, is not stepping forward. So I'm going to let that go. Maybe he'll come in another time. Okay?
No, that's not who I wanted.
Oh, who did you?
After you tell me more, that's like not who I wanted.
You wanted your friend, didn't you?
I don't know who it is.
You wanted
I wanted my friend Justin.
That's what I'm saying. He's not coming in. I have to let it go. If I can't force them to come in. Okay?
No, I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to say that since he's not coming in, we have to let it go, and maybe another time we can pull him in. But your brother came in with flying colors. We give him an A for effort and an A for performance. But Justin seemed to be there in the beginning, and then your brother took over, and ever since then I lost the connection with Justin. He's not stepping forward. So I'm going to leave it like that for... Oh, wait 1 second. Hold on. There may be something coming through. Okay, so now there's another man that presents. He's like in teen years, about 18, 19, or it could be in his early 20s. It's sometimes hard to tell the difference. Very slender. He seems to be on the taller side and very slender. He also has dark hair, and he's kind of funky, or it's like a fun look to him, kind of interesting look to him. Does this at all fit Justin, please?
Yeah, that does.
Okay, so, all right, Justin's around now. Okay, good. Justin's finally making his presence. There's a musicality to Justin. Justin has a sense of music. Yeah. He loves music. He's good with music. I think he also had something to do with music himself. He actually played an instrument. You understand that for Justin, please?
Yeah.
Okay, there's also singing. It seems to be a group or band. Do you understand that for him, please?
Yeah, we were always singing together.
Okay, he had a good voice, but I think he might have tried to do it with an instrument, like a string instrument. It looks like a guitar or something. Do you understand that?
Yeah, he had a guitar, yeah.
Okay, he loved to sing. He says he was very good at it. He loved it. He loved working with you on songs together. It's almost as if you didn't literally, it was like you're making songs. I mean, maybe you weren't trying to get them published, but maybe you both creative, kind of jam together that way, creating songs about love and life. And he says about my life. Let me see now. He's trying to show me something else, love. Hold on. There's something about... Okay. There's something with his blood. And there's something like as if... I can't really understand it because he gives me it in a few different ways, but I'm just going to say I see something with his thumb and a cut on his thumb. And then there's something about bleeding and blood. It's almost as if he might have had hemophilia or something was wrong with his blood. Does that make sense for him, please?
If he did, he never told me.
Okay. Did he have any problem with bleeding, or did he try to hurt himself at all? Because there's something with his thumb that he shows me a cut.
I don't know what happened when he passed, so maybe that happened when he passed.
Oh. Okay. Now, if you don't know how he passed, and I gave you all this information.
No, I I know how he passed. I just don't know if he might have got cut.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, good. All right. So I don't know what to do with the hand, and I see a little cut on the hand, and I don't know if it has anything to do with passing. We'll just let that go. There's something about blood and bleeding, though. I need you to know that. And if he was in an accident, he might have bled a lot. Okay? So I want you.
Yeah, he was in an accident.
Okay. So he's saying I was like a hemophiliac. So what he's meaning is I was bleeding a lot. Okay, so whatever happened to him created a rupture in perhaps one of his primary arteries or something, and that's how he pretty much transitioned. In other words, if they could have gotten him sooner, if he hadn't, wouldn't have bled to death. That's what he's trying to show and to say here. So that's what it is. I don't see the actual accident. I just see, he's just giving me the feeling of the blood. He actually said it was like a hemophiliac. So he's trying to show he bled to death. He gives me a backwards way to say it. But he does say it. Now, I think that there's something about him being in the accident that he has to take responsibility for. And I don't know if you're aware of that, because earlier I did say something about him taking responsibility. It doesn't mean he committed suicide, but there might have been something he was doing that put him in the wrong place at the wrong time, or it caused him to be in that accident. Does that make sense to you from what you know, please?
It does, because he's been giving me visions for the past week about it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Now, I want everyone listening and you to see how this works a little bit. As the medium honors everything, finally it starts to come together. And so he's trying to say that, okay, let me just get the exact words from him. It wasn't an accident completely. I was at fault. So he was at fault. Okay, he caused some of the problem. And I feel there's a recklessness to him and a driving accident to him. In other words, there's a chance that he took that he shouldn't have taken. It's almost like he ran a red light, something like that.
He showed me he's changing the station on the radio when it happened.
Okay.
He keeps telling that to me.
Okay, so there you go with the music again. You see, it all ties in together of the musicality to him. But he's taking responsibility for this in some way, not because he committed suicide, but because he took a risk that he shouldn't have taken. So he's here with your brother. You've had two very nice connections today, Angela, and I want to thank you so much for your donation. He wants you to know he loves you. Oh, by the way, Justin wants you to know he loves you very much, and yes, he has been communicating with you, so he wanted to validate that through this session today. He says he won't ever leave you. He'll be coming in from time to time. He also says to you to say hello to your brother. Do you have another brother on Earth?
No.
Oh.
Amy's the one that's there.
Well, then he can. Okay, we're going to say to Justin, you can say hello to him. All right, let me see what he means by that. He says, well, okay, he just will say hello to your brother for you. Okay, that's what he wants to do. He just wants to say that. So your brother in spirit, he says, we're all one big happy family here. And then he makes a sarcastic joke, kumbaya. So Justin must have been a little bit sarcastic when he was on Earth. He says he was. He says kumbaya, and he says, but I'm not hurt. I'm not hurting anymore. And now your brother's chiming in, and I'm not hurting anymore either, sis. We both love you very much, and thank you for letting us come in today.
Oh, that makes me happy but sad at the same time. Because Justin just passed away last Monday, and so.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is another good point to make, is that when we work with spirit, the souls have to learn how to communicate. Not all souls come out of the hopper, out of the tunnel of light, knowing how to talk to their loved ones. So he was a little bit weaker, but he did okay. He did okay. Justin, he came through at the end. It's almost like he's learning how to do all those things, even coming into people's dreams and all. They have to learn that unless they're a very, very, very old soul and they worked with energy like a medium. If they were a medium on Earth or they work with energy on Earth, quite often it'll be very easy for them. And every soul's different. But anyway, he did a great job, and you did a great job, Angie. You must be very psychic yourself. Because
I'm learning. I'm learning as we go. He's been coming to me since it happened last Monday morning.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well he's here.
Yes.
All right, sweetheart. I'm gonna let you go.
You.
Thank you, love. Bye, honey. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, let me just see if there are any more donations before I go to the phone lines. Trying to pull everybody in as much as I can, but I won't be able to, unfortunately. Let's see here. We've got, I'll go to Debbie, who's been waiting quite a while. Debbie, hello there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, love? Thank you so much for your, joining our mailing list. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, are you the young lady?
You're very welcome.
Did you join my meetup today? Are you the lady who did that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Well, welcome to the meetup. Welcome to the radio show.
Thank you.
So nice to be talking to you. I want to say that there is a male in spirit for you right now. I don't know who you want to speak with, but I'm going to give that a look-see and see if we develop it. We only have about 10 minutes left of the show. I'm trying to move quickly, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. Okay. Well, I believe there's also a mother figure for you as well. But the father figure seems to be predominant in energy at the moment. Is that who you're wanting to speak with, please? Father figure.
More than mother.
More than mother?
More than mother, which is my grandmother.
Okay, that's fine. Now, the reason that it comes like this is because the father figure seems to have been there longer. So that's the predominant energy. But I'm going to go over, because what they're trying to show me is if I had more time to do this, I would develop him and then go to grandma. But because the older souls bring in the souls that have more recently transitioned. But now I hear a wonderful lilting laugh of grandma, or a female that looks like a senior citizen. She's got whiter hair. It's very pretty, her hair, actually. It's on the shorter side, and they can show it any time in their life, by the way. Not always going to give you a snapshot of the last moment on Earth, okay, unless they want to give me that. But what I see is hair that's nicely taken care of. It looks like she had it set, and it's nicely styled. It's on the shorter side. It seems to be even from the ears to the top. It's like a layered cut that's even all around. She has full lips, an more oval face, and the nose is not small or big. It's just, it fits the face, if you will. The nostrils are significant, and the width to the nose is a little significant. I'm not saying she's a wide nose. I don't know how else to say it, really, other than what I'm saying. There's a kindness to her face, kindness to the eyes. There's a softness to her energy. There's a sweetness there. There also seems to be a sense of a male under her that would have been a father to you, or if it's your mother's mother, it would mean your mother has a brother, but there's a male under her. Do you understand Mom having a brother, or that this is your father's mother, please?
My mother's brother, which is my grandmother's son.
Right, okay. So she just shows me that. It helps with further identification, you see. Now, okay, let me see if I get anything else. I like to always get the physical first, so they give it to me easily. Well, she's not that short. She's not that tall. She's more like, I'd say anywhere from 5 feet to 5'5" in height was her original height. I see her as a little bit over, as she gets more senior, a little bit of what do you call that? The posture gets a little bad. The shoulders are going forward a little bit, and the spine's not that straight anymore. But I do see her getting around. In other words, she seems to be functional in the vision she's giving me, even though she might have not stood straight for a number of years towards the end of her life. Some might say there's a dowager's hump, but it's not that accentuated. I just see that the posture kind of got a little bit worse as she got older. Do you understand that for Grandma, please?
Yes, I do.
Okay. She says she loves you very much. She says she's glad that you asked her to come in today, and she laughs a little bit. Very sweet. I'm trying to get one or two more physical things about her, and then we'll go to personal message. Anything else you want to show me, Mommy? Grandma? Oh, she says everybody was very kind to her during her transition. She said, okay, now she shows me her face more. Well, I already described your face, Grandma. You're going to have to let that go. Unless this is somebody else in the family. I don't know who this is. Okay, let that go. She says everybody was very kind to me towards the end of my life. No, in general, she says, but she received a lot of care from everyone in the family. Everybody was very caring towards her. She says her transition was easy, and it was spiritual. So there's a spiritual side to Grandma. Believing in God and believing in Christ and a further life for herself. She was very complacent, and she was more of a person that kind of felt there would be an afterlife, and she was ready to go, if you will. Do you understand that for Grandma, please?
Of course, yes.
She's a sweetheart. She says, it's almost as if she was given last rites, or that there was somebody there of spirit that was there to help her during her transition. She had a more of a religious or spiritual passing than the average soul that I see, that would be sitting there, clinging to life, clinging to life, clinging to their hospital bed. She's not doing that. She's complacent. She's giving in. She knows there's an afterlife. She knows there's God, and she's very grateful for everyone in her life, everything in her life. She's also the kind of person that always taught you how to make lemonade from lemons. She actually shows me a lemon right now. She says, now you go ahead and you make lemonade from lemons, my dear Debbie. My dear Debbie, you make lemonade from lemons. She says, don't let anybody tell you differently about yourself. She says, you have a lot of learning to do. You have a lot of growing to do. She says, but don't wait till you get old like me to get all your lessons in. She says, just learn one lesson. And once you get that lesson, all your lessons won't be needed. The lesson is, she's trying to give you a personal message. The lesson is, just always make lemonade from lemons. Look on the bright side. She says, yes, I'm gone now, but you haven't lost me. I'm still around you. She says, heaven is beautiful. Heaven is beautiful. Again, I see a male. Remember I said I saw a father figure for you. I guess her husband, Grandpa, must be there with her. He left Earth before her. He had cardiovascular issues and heart issues or health issues in that area. She doesn't show me hers. It's almost as if she just had she doesn't show me what took her life, but it seems to me like, hold on. It's just a general shutdown. I can't see exactly what was wrong with her. Okay.
You got it.
Okay. So it's old age is a sweet transition to God. To God. And what I want to leave you with is this idea of her having this mindset of gratitude. She's very grateful to have you as her granddaughter. Very grateful to have had your mother, your uncle, the whole family, and your grandpa. She keeps giving me this idea of gratitude. Be grateful. And her words to you is, be grateful for everything you have, Debbie, because you have much, and you actually have more than you think you have. She says, always remember that. Okay.
Oh my God, you're so on point.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss.
On point.
Oh, all right, sweetheart. Grandma's with you, sweetheart. Okay, go ahead. What were we going to say?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much.
Sure, and I appreciate you, Debbie.
I'm gonna call you and set up a private reading with you soon.
Okay, sweetie. I look forward to working with you, honey. All right, love. Thank you, honey.
Okay, thank you much. I appreciate it.
All right, love.
Okay.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you too, honey. Bye-bye. What a lovely energy that was, that grandma. I mean, there's so much to learn from that for all of us, about being grateful for everything we have, believing in a higher power. I want to cry almost. I just want to cry. Because Grandma had the secret to happiness on earth, and that's to believe in a higher power, to make lemonade from lemons, and to be grateful for everything, and that we all have more than we think we have. And with that, I'm going to let the show end a couple of moments earlier than usual, and I want to thank everyone for calling in. Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I do a similar show. Thank you all, and much love to everyone. God bless.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Wow. Who was that?